else to do.
We had to share it
But
with
like so many people in the gym. But this affect.
I'm sure they're using it as a developmental pipeline.
Yeah, it's definitely a pipeline.
International players. I think there was like
So it's gonna
125.
be more for. Do you think it's gonna be like younger American players to go over there?
Both. I think it's gonna be both.
Hey, the game gets softer because of that.
I feel like it's gonna be like.
Dudes play hard over there.
I think it's gonna be like a level above the G
Here, do they play hard?
Yeah.
It's a level above the G League because you're going against guys you're not familiar with.
Yeah, I think it's a level above the G League, but it's not.
It's not.
I mean, these will be pro-European clubs, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
18 years old. So you think that certain kids from over here, instead of going to school, they're gonna go play in that? Overseas, once you get overseas, it's hard to go. But now there's the NBA.
They got some
I can see them sending like bets and stuff over there too. Like,
Yeah.
That could be fire.
So, Kenya, question for you. KJ started playing locally out here last season. I think Sierra King, then went to IMG Academy. What did you notice as a difference? You talk about academy style basketball. That's academy in Florida, right? Bradenton, if I'm not mistaken. That's specifically built. I just saw a video of it on IG, but just all the different resources, facilities. I think it started out as a voluntary tennis camp and then expanded out to a bunch of other sports. What did you notice as a difference?
See my fit, it's a fit. Yeah, I'm fit. Take a flick. See my fit, it's a fit. It's a fit.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up.
Right? He was going to be a pro after the 1 year removed from high school. So other guys that were planning on going to college, they took classes. And while they were in classes, KJ was training.
Yeah.
So he lived by himself, he had an apartment, so it was getting him ready to be a pro. But the training part was, me and him talking about you need to work on your shooting, ball handling, your body, right? That was the.
Anybody ever cut you out crazy?
Isaiah Thomas did one time.
Damn. Because after he got hurt, he was in Washington. He knew like he was hurt. So he was like, he couldn't be himself. But I don't know what he did now. I'm a fan of this game. At that time, he was one of the girls from the third. I'm guarding. And he started talking so crazy. First, I never really I was going at somebody and I hit a third. I ain't hear you where everything was good. So now I'm mad. When I'm mad, like I work like that. Like talking crazy, I'm like, you on the bench. You talking from the bench, but he was talking so crazy. And I couldn't get him to shut up. Because I wasn't open. It was open. Like, cuz got me. They got me half court. That's how hot I was. Like, nah, because he was talking bad. Oh, you be your friend. All the court. And it make you be like, oh, I got you. You get the ball. You get over the corner. Molly. And we're to the end though. I got you on this. I love Molly. He was the coolest teammate. That's what he did. Make us wild open. Like, open.
So they trust you.
I got a better chance of making it.
Like when I was my rookie year, he ain't believe I could make it. So like, see, I got something that changed on practice. God damn, I can't. So next time every time you get the ball, I ain't gonna lie, every time you get the ball in Atlanta, everybody stood up.
Ball was there, we're like, you better make it.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. The ball is, you better make it. When I first
first watched him play, like, you know me, I was an arrogant little and cocky little young dude. And he came to the team and he was kind of chilling. And preseason, like, we was doing workouts and shit.
Yeah.
And we was hooping 5-on-5. I'm like, nicer than this kid, man. And he just shoot a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm faster. I get where I want to get. And then he finally played serious one game. I was like, oh, they don't miss. Okay. You don't miss too many shots. I'm missing. I'm one of the players to ever play basketball. I don't know why he ain't in the Hall of Fame yet.
You and Westbrook got together.
Yeah, I was like,
Ah, yeah, it's must-see TV. You don't really talk. Like, somebody say something to you, and you go back 5 or 6 years. Like, he was the bully. It didn't matter if it was like a matchup. If somebody was hurt, like, he was back up, he didn't care. He tried to kill shit everybody. Oh, no, they dribbled the ball. Hey, it was so bad. He was on that team? Yeah, hey, I ain't guarding. That wasn't me this time. Oh, y'all can look it up. Wasn't me. Pushing on the shit. Oh, what doing that? It's a city. Yep, call him. It was me. Think Liver obviously got a little bit of that too. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But it wasn't me at all. I was watching the film. Look, he was doing it so bad. I remember PG that started on him. Like, it was PG. He was like, I can God he did.
Round 2, fight.
I got some more this football game. I got action on my game.
That third quarter was so bad. I'm like, man, this nigga is crazy. That was one of the greatest moments I ever did in real basketball. I couldn't believe that he every shot. And then when they told us, like, we went to China, we played KD, played the best defense, the hardest defense I ever played. I was trying to, like, I wasn't trying to get embarrassed. You know, it's 100,000 people in the stands in China. I'm like, but he ain't about to kill me. So I was not play, so I never played this hard. He's after the game came, he's at the best he's ever played. Except for at 44. Every shot was playing. Every shot. I confess to everyone, bro. At one point, we started doing other shit. In China, I got something I said, hey man, stop that whole stuff. And we accepted each other. We was all Americans in college together. We tried to make this shit. Yeah, that's my man. So he like, nah, T, you know, you gotta be more personable so people can like you and shit. Like, when you make a shot, like, look at your hand, do some shit. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. You making every shot. I only made 4.
Hey, right now, Instagram Live has never did nothing positive for you.
Everybody loses on Instagram Live, and y'all always want to go live. We gonna lose.
No, we're gonna
John Morant, Paul Pierce.
We're gonna win. Who else?
Let's go, Zon.
I'm more player than both of them. We gonna win. The best live is when him and KG try to tell him, bro, chill out.
When they was when they watching the game, and they say, yeah, I paid for her. I see your pride. Y'all ever see the clip where me and my brother was playing against each other? And he was chasing me. He's like, both y'all ugly. I'm crazy to get he took his head made the crack.
Real deal, fuck you. That is the humble shit. Like, what was your issue when you pushed LeBron, bro? How you do that?
Oh, wow.
Like, you gotta do shit like that. I'm just saying, I'm talking about that.
My fault, go, bro. Go James.
No, it's respect. It's respect, but what made you do that, brother?
You was losing. Shit, I was so losing. I ain't win a playoff game against that guy ever. I was sick of this shit. I'm walking fans in Atlanta cheering for him. We run down. So I said, you know what? I got something for you. Shoulder check that shit out there. He went to the stage.
That's all money.
I got so much. Hey, man, he would have been hurt. I would have killed you. But I was like, hell, I got to get up there. That's what I first deleted. I had never been thinking. And then the time I thought I was about to do it was up 30. Facing in the playoffs. And I told him, we good. We up 30 at halftime against beaters. I was like, they can beat this. And then I go to the West. He go out with, I'm like, hey, bro. I don't want to get away from you, bro. But shit, it's cool. But he talked shit from day one. One day we was in the game. Me and him talking shit on the bench. I'm trying to talk shit. he talking shit to me. He on the court. He look at me like, shut your ugly ass. I'm gonna get your money up. You got money, get it straight out. I looked at I say that he ran down the court. I tried to go to the end of the bitch. I ain't talking to you. It's dangerous. And then he got paid. I said, oh, I gotta eat that word. God damn, he got more money than me. I bet me and P got cool from Ciroc and NBA All-Star. I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah. I'm on the Pacers now with Lance. And Lance shoots a last-second shot. We up like 10.
Oh, shit.
And he hits the layup. I'm like, damn, I know what this about to come with. Mario and PJ lied to Lance.
Oh, yeah.
They like, you ass nigga. I'm like, whoa. Lance is on my team, so I'm like, ride for your dog. Y'all gotta chill. Lance is walking.
You embody virtuous
I ain't about to do shit. I'm not taking no check, no nothing.
Not until you abide Chronicles
So I'm like, yo, y'all chill tomorrow. Like, I got up team. PJ said, oh, little nigga. I said, damn, we just had some I was Josh, I think, bro, he used to go out there and shoot like one shot. But he was so good. Yeah, he was one of the most dynamic players I ever played. And I couldn't believe, like, he didn't even know he was hell of a passer, bro. His passing IQ was like off the charts, bro. Like, every day, like, he was so good. I don't know if his gimmick about the game was a lot. But like his talent, his IQ, and his ability to do shit was unbelievable. He was kind of before his time, because he was like, you gotta shoot three. You know, when he used to shoot, everybody was like, you know, let him he shot a jumper, like, no! Oh, like, nigga, no! Like, he was so good, but he was so, like, you would hate to play with him, but you like, he talks all this shit. But this is that's how we do. I hate your ass. I ain't shot to CJ my house. It's all on team. It's just shit. I don't know if y'all remember the series. PJ had a shot at the buzzer to win. He took it, he missed, and PJ was like, I gotta have that shot. You remember that? Like, yeah, I gotta have that shot.
I gotta get the last shot.
So CJ was my man. CJ was like, damn, was that a bad shot? I'm like, shit, bro, that's the best shot we can get. Like, if you damn near hit that motherfucker, like,
He did.
I'm like, bro, you wouldn't even have time to get the ball to him. I'm like, it's cool, bro. Like, it was a good shot. So he was a little frustrated about it. No bullshit. Game 4, the same exact shit happened. They threw it to CJ. CJ fired that to PG, and he missed it. Right? He was like side of back with the tough out. Not even gonna come close. Get in the locker room. No bullshit. I'm like, damn, season over. I'm about to go to the crib. Oh, time to go have some fun. PG. He did me like this. It was the Gatorade commercial. With the shot on the clock. Somebody had made it. He had bricked it. I was like, bro. Damn. You know, they got I remember when they had it where he bricked the shot, bro. I was rolling. I was like, oh my God, fuck CJ, bro. Oh, shoot, bro. That shit was just funny.
Oh, it stinks!
Basic litter stinks. Step it up to Fresh Step. Only Sargento 100% real natural cheese slices belong on your game day burger.
I told y'all, Jalen Brunson, bro, he come from that. Like, he cut for that. Like, dog, he a dog, bro. I seen it, bro. I told you he almost tore my ACL when he was in Dallas, bro. He hit me with a jab step, bro. His pops was our coach. Hit me with a jab, damn near tore my spine. He hit the jumper, and I looked at the bench. Hey, so I told you, that little, you ready? I said, shit. Fuck my career. I was still cool after that jab. I was still me. I was Fox. The year before. And then, I can look at it, I crossed him over, dunked on him. The next year he came in and dropped in my shit. I can't wait for the video. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. This is the bench after this. Oh, that's the time right there. 55. At one point, I'm like, bro, this is like, you know, it's different. Everywhere you go, like, you want this shit from your so when we go on the board, I'm looking at Brad like, he came down to you. Come guys, chat, he wrote the play. He like JT. So I'm thinking I got the ball. Alright. So I was like, hold on. Like, look, he go here. I go. He's like, no, you here. Kimba in tears. I'm in the back, shit. I'm like, bro, Kimba is crying. Kimba called me Chet. Shut up. The chemistry is crazy, bro. I said, when my knees was like, as you ain't walking like this. Lord, please. I asked not to go there. That's how much of Minnesota they fuck with me. I was like, bro, please don't send me to Atlanta. I just want to go somewhere they trying to win, bro. I'm still like, I'm averaging 14 off the bench, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to be a 6th man of the year or something, bro. He said, yeah. You're going to Atlanta. Like you getting that rebound and the parlay. Oh yeah, they was hot about that. I mean, I got a rebound. Bobby Portis needed one rebound to get to hit the parlay or whatever, and I grabbed it. And Milwaukee was hot. It was cussing me out, and I didn't know what was going on. Hey, you want to play? Where you going? I had one rebound. Belly retired this year. Shout out to Belly, man. I slapped him in the game. Legit slapped him. My fault, Belly. That's my fault. That was some hot right there. I got a turnover and I just got mad. He was the closest nigga. Slapped him. Real old. He was so mad, bro. He was so bad. He told me to kill me. Why? Came teammates in Minnesota. Did y'all address that? As soon as I walked in the locker room, he was like, hey, I was gonna fuck up, brother. I was gonna kill your whole family. Don't do that again. I said, Billy, I looked at it like, nigga, what the fuck up? And then he figured out I'd be joking all the time. Me and him became cool, but he was pissed. I slapped that nigga. Ran down the court. They didn't get a tech, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna cry like, I grabbed him. Wham! Shout out to Gorgie. Gorgie was like, he's a loose cannon. Get this guy off the court. Anytime you got people excited about Minnesota, and no offense, I ain't saying that because of how Minnesota feel about me. I'm being for real. Like, Minnesota's not a destination that people want to go to, and it's not a place that people like. Nobody want to watch Minnesota play. Right. But when S.D. Edwards like, I want to watch Minnesota play. Like, I want to go to a Timberwolves game. I think he might get 50 at some point. He gonna have some crazy highlight. So if Minnesota will set me, I will come back to a game. Yo, Buddhist. Welcome back. He was talking shit. He was like, why do you want to play? I was like, next time we play, y'all play. He was like, you scared of dog. He's scared of dog. I'm like, what? So we go to Minnesota, we play. I was like, yeah. I was like, Cat, what's his name? What? Cat's posting up. He's looking at our bench like, you're behind that. It's him, bro. You being a part of that is crazy, bro. Cat's posting up. Bro. Yeah, he's looking at it. I'm crying, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, it's crazy. And then he get on offense, like I told y'all. He started on Cuz. Cuz go to the basket, catch the rep. Like, switch times. He was like, you can't run, Tiggs. You gotta go on somebody. I said, he's crazy. I want to ask you one question, bro. Growing up, when I was little, I used to shoot from down here. How the hell did you stay there when you became grown? First of all, I'm sorry I ain't that low. For real, I used to be like on the game.
completely underrated my whole career. I was underrated Gerald all this. And it got to the point where it was kind of eating up. And I'm like, why am I underrated? I'm doing shit out here at 6'7" that most 7-footers say is not doing here. Nah, you hit 20 and 10 and 2 blocks and 2 steals. You're not doing it. Nah, she's dope. So when I sit here and you ask me that question, I was like, are you trying to defer that to get somebody else the credit? Or Rich not giving me my flowers? Or
No.
We can talk. No.
I'm trying to figure out.
No. So that's what they did.
How you get it down? I'm talking about the form.
It just is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, is it like when you was younger, you just always shot? Cause
no, dude, I just have a lower arch than everybody else. I shoot with 2 hands. I shoot with 1 hand just like everybody else.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, Vince Carter was funny as hell, bro. I've never seen a so old that still wanted to play the whole game. I'm like, goddamn, Vince, you're 47. He's like, man, what's they keep taking me out for? I'm like, damn, you can't come out? He's like, shit, man, you don't want to win. Damn, you keep taking me out. I'm like, you are 43 and you're 22. You still don't want to come out? Yeah, that's how much, like,
He love the game.
and competitors, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm over there hating, too, after a while. What take me out for? Goddamn, give me 18 minutes. Fuck these people saying we can win this. We make the playoffs. He like, you feel me? Like, after a while, like,
That was year 23 for him, bro.
Bro, I'm like, I couldn't believe it, bro. They doing all this shit to get, like, he had all these shit hooked up to him before the game. They lighting his toes on fire. All type of crazy shit.
It's so crazy because it's been so many games. I'll be in a corner in front of the visitor bench, and you will hear Nick say, "This nigga dudes ain't tired." Like, I was I said, he disrespectful all the time, bro. I'll never forget in San Antonio. You was in San Antonio. This is when I first noticed it. Like, you probably been, like you said, you've been doing it forever. But I first noticed it because I was like, I'm going to ask Lamar for his jersey. I was, like, super prideful. I'm like some nigga for their jersey. But I was like, man, he 09. I'm a fan. I'm going to ask for his jersey. And I looked down. I was like, I'm going to ask for some Kobe's, too. I said, this nigga got shoes up. I said, man, he not even about to play tonight. This nigga proceeds to get like 35. And he never laced his shot. I said, man, I told the people on the bell, like, wig, you know he just gave you 35. He ain't tied his shoes.
You tie your shoes like you do construction, man. Still.
Bruh.
They work for corn.
Lamar on the pregame is crazy. Why do we need to know that shit? Why was he what the fuck are you doing?
For real.
You know what? I shook his hand before the game.
Mr. Triple Double.
And they come in the game like, hello, what's up, baby?
The real 6 man.
This nigga in there going crazy for the game. That nigga nuts, bro. He hold his head like Kyrie did after that game winner.
Man, that nigga took his hand and brought him in.
What's up, nephew? This nigga, I knew when that nigga sweat was different. I was like, wow.
He was tearing his shit up in LA.
I was like, man, they got that ring. Why the f my hand?
Shout out to the greatest 6 man ever.
No, beat your ass. Damn, I said, what? I'm over the rolling after that. He like, oh, beat your ass. One of the assistant coaches was like, he's one of the smartest people to ever pick up a basketball, bro. That is brilliant. They about to win this game because he made that brilliant play. He's like, Woods in the wrong. And he was. They got the tag. We ended up losing or whatever. But that's so funny. Woody came in the back, bro. He was so mad. Can't believe it's that do some shit like they tried to hurt me. They tried to hurt me. I was crying, bro. And if you know Wood, the way he talked, man, it's funny as hell. He's like, they tried to hurt me.
Oh, man.
So beat his ass.
That kid is a dirty dog. Eric Fisher may wear headbands lame in the bit. Niggas used to love wearing headbands when I was growing up. Over his eyebrow, 6 in there, boy, man.
That nigga Fish cussed me out one day. Damn. Not really cussed me out, but like try to sun me. Cause I told him he was sad. I think it was a rocking. Cause we coming back like he's sad. And he got mad. He had one of our assistant coaches to grab me. Assistant coach grabbed me. Was like, D Fish want to talk to you. The half court came. He was like, don't get it fucked up. I used to get buckets. Go back and watch my highlights for Golden State in Utah. I wasn't the same player. I used to get it in. Don't get it up. I'm looking at this nigga like, man, I'm about to go to In-N-Out Burger. I'm not worried about this. What you talking about?
talking about?
Some respect on that.
He trying to be a mentor.
Yeah. But then, like, I fast forwarded and I'm like, damn, that nigga. Like, you do gotta play a role, nigga. When I got 30, they got me in the corner, man. Got me in the corner.
He went to Milwaukee like, damn, I remember Derek's picture now.
Bruh.
I see my defense was going through. Melo was back when we played him. And Jeremy Lin was still a good player.
Yeah.
But he wasn't that good. This came drew with his left hand. How is he killing us like this? It's with God.
For real,
God is
bro.
on his shoulder right now when he's
Got a
shooting these
bag.
shots, bro. Like him and Yao Ming.
Yeah.
They changed everything. When it come to China, I went out there and said, like, do you know Jeremy Lin?
Yeah,
You
but
know Jeremy
that's
Lin?
what I'm
I'm like, yeah, I know Jeremy Lin. Can you call him? No, I can't call him, but I know him. Do you know Tracy McGrady? Yeah. Like, you call him? I just remember one time we was playing, I was playing for the Pacers. He was on the Clippers. It's the first time he really talks to me and the first time I ever really wanted to fight him. So before the game, you know, you gotta do the warm-ups and shit. And I see him, he like, JT, what's up, baby? I'm like, what's going on? He like, he on some Wake Forest shoes. So I'm like, oh, them is decent right there. I might need a pair of them CPs right there, you know, just trying to keep the conversation going. He like, okay, yeah. The game started, we playing against each other, he do a lot of flopping. So he was trying to give me 2 fouls. I'm like, quit flopping. You play. You scared to guard, da-da-da. It's like I walked to the end of our bench where Paul George was sitting and was like, P, this right here talking like he ain't just asked me for some shoes before the game. Man, you know what I was on? I was on Ricky Rubio type time. I wanted to run into this so bad. Cause man, I was like, man, stop playing with me, man. I was trying to make conversation with you, man. But that's him. That's kind of shit he used to do, though. Seeing Jason roll his ankle, try to play the thing down.
Round 2.
Crib. And it's fun. How's your crib like?
I'm about to be silly. I got this big old bed. I made a shoe closet. Everything. I go in there. I'm on my church dresses in the shoe closet. Yes. All my shoes is downstairs. And she just sold half of them. I took in the garage sale, so the bacon, see how I'm saying, is all the shoes in the garage sale. I dang near ain't forgave her for that. To this day, I would have paid to watch me walk in the house. That is really like a movie, bro. Like, is it really saying your girl to your mom? It's crazy. I hated you. This is real shit. You know what's crazy? I felt that when we played. I'm like, Jeff, I don't think Jeff fucked with me. Everything I want to do is do it. Started as a rookie. Kill it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna sit behind Mike Diddy. Like, I never forget that nigga behind the back wraparound. Hit the layup, looked at me and said, you might want to get in the game, nigga. I said, oh. It's all nigga. Ain't Garvey. He wasn't saying that. Like, nigga. You can't for me. He was saying that, like, nigga, get him out the game. Show it's young nigga time. I'm like, but I was hurt. I'm on the bench, like, Josh been being at me. He was like, damn. He said, Josh, be here. I know you want to play. You want to play. Joe Johnson one time. Nick took my Kings and said, he said that my grade was drive in. He took me to his grade, was going up on the way there. I was like, he was fucking crap. Man, Nick didn't go to practice the next day. Oh, God. I just got there. I didn't know how to get to, I didn't know where my whip was. Man, Nick showed up, them niggas watching film. He goes like, why you late? I woke up late. I just kept it real. I woke up late. Oh, you're real, Nick. Yeah, that's cool. I was in tears and they like, call him. So where you at? He said, Melvin Joe, big ass house. I said, damn, oh, shit. Like, Joe there? I'm like, hell no. I didn't know where to look for them. Man, that shit in me right there. Say about these ABCD kids, man. It's him, Isaiah Thomas, if nobody knows. I'm in the back of the line waiting for my jersey and shoes. Him and IT come out the back, 2 boxes of shoes, jerseys, sweatshirts, all type of shit. I'm like, damn, everybody get that shit. I get up to the line, motherfucker hand me my shoes. They ain't even in a box. They hand me my 2 like this, like, here, bro. That's when I knew this was different, bro. I'm like, serious, man. What's your jersey number? Like 257. Like that. Also real shit. I ain't gonna lie. The real hoopers played the second and the fourth. Yeah. I played the first and the third. But I'm killing. Corey Fisher, he played the first quarter and the fourth quarter. And then Nick told me in the middle of the game, like, Nick, he played in the third. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? I get to look at I'm like, oh, the good Nick. Oh, just Nick. He was a real starter. And I still thank you to this day that you wanted to leave Milwaukee. Because he's the reason that I got some money. Yeah. And they wanted me to go meet Bud. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not finna go Atlanta and meet him. Like, young me, you know, like, you know, we ate, and they offered, and then that's when I went to Detroit. Yeah. I was like, I appreciate this. I'm sitting at the crib because Atlanta offered me like
Fucking black room. Everybody was like, you are crazy. And trying to game breaker for game. I swear to God, he did. That was crazy. That was a crazy game. Shout out to Draymond Green, man. As he acted a motherfucking fool for no reason. And I appreciate that. He got 5 games for that shit. I be mad at motherfucker. Like, it was no reason. He was literally going over there to break the shit. Did you see how he was throwing his arms up like he was doing? That's what made it funny. Ben Simmons choking Cat. Cat tapped out. I'll never forget that. I was crying. Cat didn't want no smoke in that one. I watched that video of you. You tripping. I don't know what I never heard my peg still ain't been the same since that day, bro. I got to my peg, bro. My Ben Simmons. Yeah, so those going on, I couldn't get him. Y'all can't go for that shit. I was so proud of Cat that moment. I was I started off with Bruce Brown, they go side by side in the game, taking in already but with him in that jersey spot, he's one of the most petty things of all time. I'm gonna say it right now, if they're reserved for the love, you're gonna be suspended. I'm facing the posted that shit. I said, oh, y'all tweaking. Next week, picture, I would say they were black, like, the junior, you know what they do, like, two white. This when I knew he was real. So you know me, I'm petty. I like talk shit. Not talk shit, trying to like fuck with them in the game. And I went up to him one day, and this was Luka first year. I never forget. I went to us. I'm like, man, I don't look like dude get the ball the whole game. That's crazy. He looked me dead in my face. He said, that mother cold. He didn't say nothing else. That was the part I said, oh shit. I was trying to start some shit. I know he was the white boy get the ball the whole game. Like that was no problem. He looked at me like, that mother cold. I said, oh, he must be nice. Next thing I said, oh, shut the fuck up. You can't right for it. I'll never forget that, bro. I was like, that's trying to get the ball. Out of my way. In the playoffs, Mother's Day. I'll never forget, bro. We having the first one. Back and forth. In my head, I'm tired. I'm talking shit. It's the first time we left. I'm like, yeah, bro. He ain't saying nothing. He just like, I'm going to nobody come to town. It's the Malvin. Over so partnering on shit. So many people,
Had the hissing. I was on my DMX on the ground. I want to see where niggas at, you know what I'm saying?
When people would see him when we was on a team together. I don't know him. Who are you talking about? We played up in the guard. He came out. He slapped the full guy on like all four and started. Bro, I used to tell him, like, bro, you have a cult following. This shit is crazy. Like, and I just joke all day. I play too much. Y'all want my autograph and shit? Just be like, who the fuck? Derek, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm right here. We was in Minnesota. I begged you. We in Miami. I begged you to go out. I'm like, come on, man. He like, man, nah, I can't go, bro. I'm like, nah, man, come on, man, please, man, come on, man, it's gonna be cool. And I'm like, oh, man, we gonna cover you up or anything. He's like, nah, it ain't even that, bro. I'm just telling you, I don't really like going out. Finally, you got tired. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go. We walk in there, we walk in the club, we walking in the beginning part, and somebody said, Derek, D-Rose? I said, shit. I swear to God, like 200 people came. I said, oh, shit. And the dude was like, damn, we just gonna put y'all back here. They just started standing outside the section. He looked at me, he was like, I'm gonna go. He was in there from Tim to Taj. Hey, you got Cuz. He was like the first person to get one foul, switch. Cuz get the ball first play. Cat just grab him. Taj, switch. Taj said, you don't think you even trying to go on him. I was like, damn, Cat, you ain't gonna try. He was like, you know, he had me. I was like, nah, you ain't gonna fuck with him. I played for the Atlanta Hawks my rookie year. My trainer, dude I worked out with, was Tyrone Hill. I don't know why they had me training with Tyrone Hill. That's how much the Hawks cared about me rookie year.
G-League T.
One of the dude named Dwayne Farrell. He like, hey, T, come here. T, he'll owe Oak some money. He gonna wait till Oak get off that court. So we walking in. I'm a rookie, so I had to go first. So I had to go early. We had to take the early bus. So we walking in there. They usually had a curtain closed. The home team working out, shooting or whatever, you gotta come on after them. So they pulled a curtain, and then Oak just stay on the court. Dwayne Farrell like tapping me like, look. You know what I mean? Come on, T. Like, no, walk on the court, then Oak just started throwing balls at that nigga like off the rack. Sorry, you know, money. Like, I'm like, damn, it's like grown ass man. I was crying, bro. Of course, into the club, me and Jay, we were to get beat up by the people that were in Minnesota. The African people, oh, don't know her. Look like one of them. Yeah. So they like, what's up to him? And he didn't say what's
I said, no, nigga, you gonna ask him to sign jersey for you. Ticket don't sign no jerseys. I said, say less, bro. He didn't train this shit.
Hell no.
Damn, KG. I'm like, damn. That's when I was like, damn. People like, you don't sign jersey, but to see him now, like, talking highly about young dudes, and I'll never forget that shit. Them niggas said courtside. I wanted that KG to be cool with me so bad. Hey, he said, what did he? We'll give up this motherfucker. Damn. We had on the Prince jerseys. I ain't gonna never forget that shit. The black and purple. I was like, damn, nigga. That shit was funny as hell. We're playing the Celtics. And I'm having a cool game. And Kurt had just came to the team. Yeah. And Kurt was like, hey, throw it back sometimes. Like, throw it back. Like, when you driving down the lane, they saying what you doing back. I'm like, yeah, I ain't throw it back like 2 times. So they was like, hey, motherfucker, they saying what you talking about, man. And so I'm kind of ignoring me, like, LD, put Kurt in, man. This nigga tripping. So I'm like, I get mad as hell. He get that motherfucker, you got me. And he like, they looking at me like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like that. So I get a steal and I dunk on Ray Allen.
Oh yeah,
and I yell at him, ah!
Yeah.
The only behind me is Smooth. He's smacking back. He's like, yeah. He's like, man, that's funny. I'm out of pocket for telling that nigga I'm matching point for point. You way out. They had Delanova, and I was killing, and he was like, you better keep that shit going, dude. And I was like, ain't gonna stop. And he was like, well, let's see if you can outscore me. I was like, yeah. I had 19. What you end up with? 19.
Bruh.
Like 38. Every time y'all roll my window down, every time, like, you ain't I'm rolling back up. I do it every single time. Going to get something out of the Walmart over there, he went to his car. He's like, a car? Got in that car, packed this shit, put it in the trunk. I said, oh, hell no, where he going? He better not go to a house. We start following him. And he stopped by the liquor store. Stopped out there, was talking to a couple of his homeboys and shit. He's like, why you be begging? He's like, what the fuck you begging for shit? Like, if you out there begging, cool. It's like, I can tell you on drugs, bro.
Please help these niggas.
I'm nothing on
Everybody that's homeless don't do fuck drugs, y'all.
I'm not saying that. He just got out work. When I get out work, I hit the liquor.
Egregious, not now. Then he was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Cat?
That's where he's the unbelievable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie. So that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. And he said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why are you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over baby.
Appreciate the follow, guys.
Mr. Potato Head, there ain't none. You would have to have range. lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore. The way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol.
No, I had a sip. That was I had a sip.
The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting on there. Why I'm not a movie star. What? He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer. We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Cat, that you have a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You want to rest.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened. It's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven saying he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Cats on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along? Yes. Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Cat, damn, you like this?
No, that's
okay,
not.
What comedian do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just called it straight.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. Why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and then she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TTJ, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. Amen, amen. Right.
Have that on. Really, kind of know where to go. One more time.
Right. Because the people want to know why did he get blackballed? Oh, because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike. Because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told him to go get the Prowler. I then told him to paint it purple. I told him don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't you set the record straight? Jerry Crew couldn't set the record straight. Mike Epps couldn't set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that no one's ever heard. Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard. Oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and somebody said, "Oh, she switched roles." And it's like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Candy. Normally, people will give you information. I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or has ever heard. So I'm taking it at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey was never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that. You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called So Play that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast. So how simultaneously? was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better
I don't know, man. If Cat talking like this, does that really make... Never mind.
But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee.
But he just crazy too, I guess.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Ooh.
You wonder what they did.
Yeah, man. No, I don't want that. Cause literally, like, I don't know why it takes literally somebody passing away for somebody to do their research. Why does it take somebody dying for you to do your research? Like, come on, man.
Bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded.
Get outside of your bubble.
Not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. Well, I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not going to have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay, let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we just...
I want to protect him real quick. You guys said for the King of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make the...
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you're talking about Cedric.
Joke stealing from Cedric.
Oh, okay.
You had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, So if I said the dates wrong, So
let's go ahead and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right, so he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes, but then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab to help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade.
Bruh.
Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 30 times, and Cat didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon, I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Can you believe we're this deep into the NFL season? We got to make every second count. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can make the most out of every game day. Bet on your favorite teams for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets or betting $5 on any matchup. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use code Shannon. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets or betting just $5 on the NFL. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Shannon. The crown is yours.
Let's get to your upbringing. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, raised in Dayton, Ohio. What was Cat Williams' upbringing like? Your parents were Jehovah's Witness. You were a prodigy. You were brilliant. You talked to me that you got accepted to college at 7 years of age. You could read fluently at 3 years of age. So having that kind of knowledge, having that kind of prodigy, what was your upbringing? How was it? How was life as Cat Williams Crook coming up?
I was often confused because I knew things and I wasn't sure how I knew them. I knew things that I felt like I don't have a reason that I know this, but I love to read. I was voracious because they told me when I was young that knowledge was powerful. That knowledge was power, and I had studied powerful people, and I really believe next project was to read the whole encyclopedia set. So when you're like 6, 7 years old, you read the whole encyclopedia set. You think you're one of the smartest people in the world, only to get out in the world and find out you don't know anything. You know, so it was a confusing time. But yeah, I had a childhood. I was grown, but I at 5 years old, I was in front of 5,000-10,000 people giving a performance with a full suit and tie on. You know what I mean? So it came full circle for my life. I knew that the applause and the giving of information and laughs and truth to people somehow benefited them and also benefited you. And yeah, so when they would ask me what I wanted to be, everything that I would say that I wanted to be was something that didn't exist. And they would never give me credit for it because I needed to say a doctor or a lawyer, but that's not what I wanted to be.
So your parents weren't as supportive as you would have hoped because you were wanting to be things when you got older that they had no knowledge of or it didn't exist at the time?
No, it wasn't that. It was, I'm saying I'm almost 100 years old right now, but if we go outside right now, I can run a 4.340 or sub. I can do a 4.16 if I'm
there's Jimmy John's across the street. We can order a sub.
But
you been on the submarine? That what you sub?
So back then it was even greater. So you got this guy that all the coaches want to play.
Man, Cass, don't do that.
Hold on, because I'm 5'5" in the 5th grade. I've been this size my whole life. Like there was a portion of school where I was one of the big dudes. Like as soon as everybody caught their growth spurt, I was out of there. But I'm saying I was a competitive individual. My father was an athlete.
I can see that.
Like no, I've been 145 pounds my whole career. That's why I never bothered when they said, "You cats on drugs." I knew, how you gonna prove that? My body is a temple.
I've been the same size since I was 10.
Like, what do you? Yeah, like I haven't changed off this pivot foot. This has always been who I was before stand up or anything. But it was an interesting childhood. I appreciate my parents, even though I couldn't live within the religious frameworks of what they had set up. But that was more not wanting to live a double life and not want to embarrass my family. You know what I mean?
Because I read where a form of punishment for you is that they would take books because you mentioned you were such a voracious reader. And a form of punishment was when they would take the books for because you could read fluently. You told me how at like 3 or 4 years old you could read. Not just a little child's book, but you could read.
Well, I'm saying when we go to Haiti to do missionary work under the cars to the gardener, like I'm saying, so I'm not just reading, I'm reading in multiple languages. Like I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12. No fiction books at all. I'm only reading nonfiction.
You could drive at 12. You received a full scholarship to the National Science Academy in Dayton, Ohio, but you failed, so you would become ineligible. Why did you want to take that opportunity?
I didn't see it as an opportunity. When I got in there, all the students were wearing lab coats, and it seemed very confined and restricted, and nobody seemed like they were having fun. It just seemed like everybody was smart. I didn't want that. That wasn't what I was signing up for at all. And plus, I thought that Jesus was my big homie. So you know how you get a story about a dude joined the gang and get a big homie? Like at this particular point in my life, my thought is that the Bible is the greatest book that's ever been written.
Okay.
That it houses the truth, and that it gives you this story of Jesus, and that I'm supposed to be like him.
Okay.
So it's already in my head that as soon as I get 13, I'm leaving.
You at 13, you not only like, okay, Mom, I'm moving out. You moved from Ohio to Florida on your own. You weren't afraid. I mean, you like, So what were you gonna do when you got to Florida?
Don't say I wasn't afraid. There's no such thing as a human being of not being afraid.
Okay.
There are certain human beings that understand that being afraid in no way stops you from doing what you gotta do.
Okay.
So I was afraid, but I couldn't be that afraid because I knew what had happened with Jesus. I knew how it worked out. I knew that I wasn't in the wrong with how I was feeling, and I knew that I didn't have any bad intentions in it.
Right.
So I trusted God that it would work out. Because if you're raised in Ohio, the one thing on your list is, I'm gonna get away from snow, and I'm gonna get as far. I wanna go. Tell me the place. I literally went to a truck stop and I asked all the truck drivers where they was going, and there was one guy going to California, and there was one guy going to Florida, and they told me how long it was gonna take, and so that's why I ended up in Miami. Because
no,
I just told you I was at the truck stop. I didn't get tight. I got in the back of the dude's 18-wheeler. Me and my Rottweiler puppy and my suitcase. Yeah, because I probably had $2,500 on me, like I was shoveling snow and cutting grass. Like I always have pockets full of money.
When did you make the decision that you were gonna leave Ohio and go somewhere and live in Florida? So when did you know that you were leaving Ohio going to Florida?
And my father and I's last interaction, somebody could have not made it. And we both understood that was all bad.
What did this about?
If you say that my family is very religious, let's just say I'm not. So anything that I'm going to do is going to fall out of the guidelines.
Right.
But I'm not going to let you tell me what I'm going to be. Especially if what you're saying is wrong. I can't condone wrong. And if I find out that something is wrong and I tell you it's wrong and you don't back me, that's what it is.
Even as a young child, you were willing to tell your parents that some of the things that you're saying doesn't coincide with what I've been reading in the Bible.
No. Very simply, don't try to disfellowship me for sexual acts and I'm a virgin. Sorry, God don't make mistakes. You don't get 2 times to fuck me over. What do you mean you went to God and he told you I was guilty? You just lied on God. So long. That's it. There's no conversation. Deuces. That's what it was.
That's when you made the decision. After that conversation right there, you say, nah, I can't live under this roof.
It wasn't a conversation. It was an altercation. In the altercation, I love my father. My father loved me. But we are 2 men at it. That it'll never be the same again. You can't sleep comfortably around me. And I can't sleep comfortably around you.
How similar are you to your father?
I don't know. He's a great man. I'm saying, right, but I'm saying that generally happens with a father-son dynamic. It was just that religious relationships are always difficult in families. And they always are.
Before it got to the point, because the dynamic, he's father, you're son. Before that dynamic and you step up on his level and you challenge him, you felt it was best for you to leave.
No. I'm not being challenged. I'm being beat to death.
Oh, he was abusive.
I didn't say that. I said we were in an altercation.
I see what you did there. I saw what you did there, Cat. I saw what you did. You was in an altercation. You didn't say you lost. You said you was in an altercation.
I in no way gave you the impression that I won anything. I'm the one leaving. I'm out of bounds. This is his house.
Right.
Yeah. So as long as I'm going to be under his roof, there are certain things that I'm going to have to do.
Right.
And the only way that's going to change is either this or that. And I'm saying I had 2 younger brothers. Like I'm I'm not an unreasonable person. Like, I don't have any mental issues whatsoever, despite what they lead people to believe. You know, I make pretty good decisions.
Were you not, so how was their relationship with your father? Were you not afraid to leave them?
Well, I asked because it went all the way to the actual department, so it was actually going to be something. And when I asked them if they could just make sure that my brothers didn't get separated and what have you, they said they couldn't make those type of guarantees, that they weren't really sure what would happen if this went down. And so part of leaving was the hope that it would be okay for them, because none of them experienced what I experienced. I'm saying I'm the oldest. It's a lot riding on me. I'm supposed to at least religiously hold down the family's name at this house. You know what I mean?
How much older are you than the baby and the me baby?
Like a lot older. Like if I'm, I think, yeah, they're 5 and in Pampers.
Wow. You go to Florida, you tell the story of Burlington, you were homeless. And somebody else told the story, said they were homeless, and you said they hijacked your story. Now, I don't.
At 13, I shouldn't have to tell you I'm homeless. I'm in Miami, Florida. I have no family members in Florida. I couldn't buy a house if I wanted to. I couldn't get an apartment if I wanted to. I don't have a credit history. Like, this is not a stretch for me to say that I'm homeless. I'm living in a park in Coconut Grove. The park still exists to this day. For 8 hours a day, I would get up and go to the library and study for 8 hours a day to increase my education. And then I would leave out of there and go to the marina and steal car radios and make $2,000 almost daily. Like, I have a routine. That's what I do.
Santa Claus, you could have played.
No, the Santa Claus wasn't a thief. The Santa Claus, you can't tell me. I read the script. Ricky Smiley told you he didn't read the script. The Santa Claus was a crackhead. He just had that outfit on. That's what I couldn't have played.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't have played the black guy that got raped in the bathroom.
Right. So at any point in time, you like, man, I made a mistake, man. I should have stayed my butt in Ohio, man, because this is, man, this ain't what I signed up for.
I didn't experience anything once I left home that I hadn't signed up for. If anything, it saved my life. Me being homeless for that small period of time allowed me to see all of the people that were in that situation, and to see that these were lawyers and doctors and teachers, and that these people were white and black and Asian and Indian, and the only thing that all of these homeless people had in common was they made a bad decision and aligned themselves with drugs. And I interviewed them all. What drug? What? And guess what, Shannon? Well, nobody had a great story. Nobody had a great story of what meth had done for them, what crack had done for them, what cocaine had done for them, what heroin had done for them, what speed had done for them. Nobody had them stories. Everybody's story was, I had my life together, and then I decided to do this dumb thing. And I lost my wife, I lost my house, I lost my cars, I lost my reputation, and I'm now out here sucking penis in the woods. What? Talk about scared straight. You ain't got to worry about me. If it ain't weed or nicotine, you won't see me touching it. I don't want no parts. I done seen what these things can do to people. Anything that take over your free will is the devil.
Have you ever thought about what your life would have been had you stayed in Dayton, Ohio?
No, that's like asking somebody that's in the NBA for 14 years, like, what would have happened if you didn't come to the NBA? Well, I shudder to think. I thought it was what I was made for. I thought it was what I was built for. Anybody that knows me will tell you that when they first met Cat Williams, when I was Cat in the Hat, and they tell these stories about how he changed his name. Look, The truth of the matter is, Disney sued me. Yeah, I was cat in the hat. They sent me a cease and desist letter, and I'm not even making $25,000 a year. And the mega company Disney has sent me a cease and desist telling me I can't use any variations of that name. No, I loved what they did, and so I studied them, all of them. I studied all of the white comedians because I wanted to know, why is Monty Python funny? Why is Don not so talented? I wanted to know, what is George Carlin's thing? Like, so I studied all of the comedy masters regardless of the field because I loved to laugh. I didn't know that these people were making a great living at doing this. I thought this is just what they did. They tell jokes. They're funny people. But I love the craft. And that's why when I got into the craft, I thought it was my obligation to make sure that I kept writing new material so much that it forced these comedians to stop doing the set they've been doing for 10 years and keep writing some new stuff. And I knew that if I could get that to take on, that most of these bums would have to just quit comedy because they can't keep up. They're not going to keep writing an hour worth of material. I've written an hour worth of material 19 times. They're not going to do it. Why? Because they're not creative writers. They want to get somebody else and have them write it and put it together.
So if I'm listening to you correct me if I'm wrong. I think the best thing that ever happened was the internet. Because now they have to. Because normally, like you said, you could do a set and you do that set in Kansas City. People ain't heard it in San Francisco. People ain't heard it in Miami. They ain't heard it in Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, so forth and so on. Now you do a set, it's on the internet. Somebody heard it. So you can't do a set and make it last 3 months, 4 months.
Well, it doesn't allow the regular comic the ability to grow is the real problem. Like, the part of comedy is me taking these jokes in January, and by March, I've begun to craft this joke. It's not as simple as it was. When I wrote it, it was just da-da-da-da-da. But now it has the complexities of the fact that I'm having to deliver this to an East Coast audience, a down South audience, a Midwest audience, audience, a Colorado audience. And so it begins to take on a different complexion because you're having to deliver it to different people.
Okay.
And so this is what sharpens your joke. You then take those sharpened jokes and make a special. Not you just randomly take some. So it's a process. You don't allow them to process it the first time the guy did the joke. Now that's his joke and the joke is everywhere. That just sets it up for people to steal.
So how many times must you tell a joke before you master it?
How many times have you had to sleep with a woman before you're done with her? That's not fair. If it's great, never. if it ceases to have usefulness, so it has been spoken. Right.
I read that you was raised in Florida. You had some help, some ladies of the night.
No.
That's not true.
No, that whole story doesn't take place in Florida. That story takes place in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So after I'm in Florida, I then join, I tried to join the Marine Corps, and they won't accept me because I'm too young, and I've lied and told them I'm 16 and my family's moving down and I don't have my ID, but it's coming. And so they let me go to the boot camp, That's not going to work now. Okay, so I've learned that lesson. So then I get this job selling stuff door to door. Across the country, and so I've been to all 50 states. Again, I'm 14 years old, so I did that. While I'm doing that, one of the places I'm at, I'm in Oklahoma, and I've decided I'm going to stay here because of meeting these ladies that you're talking about and that situation. I don't know at the time why that's important in my life or why it's something I should be doing or any of that. But now later on, it certainly helps me in formulating Money Mike for Friday After Next.
Right.
And a pimp named Slickback for the Boondocks.
Oklahoma, so San Francisco, Oklahoma, Sacramento. From Florida, you moved to the West Coast. So you're traveling. When did you set up shop on the West Coast?
All right.
How old were you there?
So I guess I'm 18 or younger, and once I have a child, I realize that I can't. It's a lot of things that I could use to make money that now is a no-go. So anything with street aspirations that I might have thought about pursuing or been good at, I now am a single parent, and I gotta redo these things. So I need comedy to really work out for me. And me and God go into extreme conversation where I'm explaining to him that I'm a crash out dummy if he don't send me a lifeline. Like, I need something I can hold on to. Before I had left Florida, I did stand up one time because we was trying to get in the club. I didn't have ID. So I said I was a comedian. They ended up having me do 5 minutes. But I kept that in my head that I had done that. When we get to Oklahoma, they're having a competition for stand-up. And if you win, you get to go out on the road with Jeff Foxworthy and Dan Whitney, who was Larry the Cable Guy, and Richard Jenny, and these great comics. You get to open for them. And once I did that, I realized, okay, as a comedian, I'm like way behind the schedule. I done started this too late. All the funny guys are already funny and known names. Like, how am I going to progress? So I realized that I do better with a white audience than I do with a black audience. And I'm not sure why that's occurring, but the white audience likes me more. That's interesting. So when I moved to Sacramento, it's because Sacramento has a white and a black audience almost 50-50. That's almost the makeup of Sacramento. So I lived in Sacramento for 2 years until I get to the point where I am equally as funny if the room is black as I am. That's not enough. Now I need to be one of the good ones when it comes to black comics. So now I have to move to Oakland, and that's what lands me in Oakland for years. Once I have dominated male black comedy in Oakland to my liking, now I'm prepared to go to Los Angeles. Now I know you can't throw me any curveballs. If it's a white audience, if it's a black audience, no matter what they are, I'm prepared to deal with all of the audiences.
Do you write jokes according to the audience that you're going to be in front of, or is your joke universal?
Well, in the beginning, part of my framework is that I'm tailoring every show to this audience. Okay. And that's how I was able to show my range and show that I was better than my competitors, is that I'm Cat Williams, but I was still doing clean comedy. So I was still going to churches and doing 45 minutes of stand-up at the church with no curse words, no sex, drug material, no none of that, just straight stand-up. And then I was doing everything else. And at
the regular club.
Yeah, that was the range, is that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So that's how I started. But as you begin to get better, you begin to be able to speak to your entire fan base. And that's really what's been helpful, is that I've been having the same conversation with my fan base for 12 comedy specials.
Is that what set Cat Williams apart? Is your range? Is that you can do a comedy, do 45 minutes from the church. I can go to a comedy club in front of 250, or I can go into an arena with 15,000. That's range, because everybody can't do that, Cat.
Well, if that's what range is called, then yeah, it's range. But I like the people I'm talking to. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it can't be condescending. Because I'm talking to my white male friends when I'm telling that white joke. Right. When I'm talking about this joke about this black lady, I know that black lady. That's who I'm talking to. I'm I'm speaking to this fan base that I've been speaking to from the beginning. I already told them what I was on when I first came in. I told them they was going to come after me. They was going to cancel me. They was going to say terrible things about me and try to mess my life up. I said that coming in to stand up. I'm saying it in my face.
So you knew it was going to be?
It has to be. I know I'm going into the belly of the beast. How could I be naive? I know that I'm going into Satan's playground, but I'm trying to be so good that you got to bring me in so close that I can see who's doing what and what's going on in there.
In San Francisco, you joined the nation.
I was never in San Francisco. I was in Oakland.
You was in Oakland. Did you join the nation? Is that?
Yeah, Honorable Minister Farrakhan and I have an extremely close relationship. He refers to me as one of his sons. So, I spent a particular period of time. Let me explain. Because my particular background was already religious and super strict, right? I didn't find out about other religions by reading about them. I went to their religion. I don't want to learn from Jewish people from outside. I want to be in the synagogue. I don't want to learn about Muslim people from out being a mosque. I don't want to hear about the Baptist or the Pentecostal. I want to go to their church and see. And so that was the religious discovery that I was on at that period in my life.
When did you know you were funny?
Probably,
Round 2, fight.
about 10 years.
Years ago.
Yeah, about 10 years.
So you didn't think as a child, because obviously you said your background, your family is very religious. So obviously you get an opportunity.
Like I never did a talent show. I was never in any extracurricular activities. I was never in drama. I was never in band camp. I was never Boy Scout. You understand? So there was no, like, I don't.
Final round, fight.
I don't tolerate high school games. I didn't go to high school. I don't know how most of the games they think I play, I'm not even aware of.
But Cam, when you get on stage, and like I said, a lot of people comedians I had to know here, and like, okay, I told Joe, girls, I told Joe, people laughing, so what else?
Yeah.
But you, it's like, and you say you did comedy one time, and you had another opportunity, like, that they were going to take you out of one of the top shows, on the road with these well-known comedians. But I'm just saying, how in Florida in 13, 14 years later, like, 16, I can do that.
Well, because I knew that there were a lot of other things I could do. Like, when I looked at drug dealers, I thought I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So right, and who doesn't like that? I'm trying to figure out. But now that I got to do it on this side, but no, your question was, when did I think I was funny? I never was my biggest fan. To this day, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a fan of comedy. I like great comedians. Like, I like Chappelle. I like Patrice O'Neal. Like, I like the greats of comedy because I do. Like, I like Ron White. I like Bill Engvall. Like, I know comics. Like, people that did The Craft, they raised me. I was touring with Steve Marmel and Richard Jenny and real journeymen. So my comedy upbringing was standard. I thought you had to work all night, every night, all around the country, and you had to write jokes, and that you were trying to write jokes that other people weren't writing, and that your job was to be funnier. Like, people that know me will tell you I've been on this. Like, I had a list of all the black comedians that were more famous than me. There was 300 of them on the list, and I had to be able to cross them all out before I could make it to the next level, before I felt like I was funny enough to do that. And so I appreciate what competition does for sports and for my particular sport. And comedy is a sport.
What gave you the confidence that you could get on stage?
You remember I was 5 years old on stage.
Okay.
But I was reiterating God's word at that point. Now just have to make sure that the content is good. If the content is good, what part can I not do? I'm a vessel. He's given me these gifts to be able to do certain things. So I just want to utilize them in my craft. That's all.
Round one. Fight.
I was 5-10 minutes. No, I did 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah.
Animation, boom, some claws, some gears.
No, none of that. They applauded like I was a professional at it. But now looking back, I understand because you gotta understand they were all thinking, they was all just in here, and we don't have any black guys that live in this town. And then he gets up there after 3 minutes. He talks about the fact that he was the entire black community. And he was disappointed in them. It looked like they were looking for where the rest of the is. And so was he. And that was his set. But I understood from that point that the truth is really the commodity. And the fact that we are all individuals and all separate and all our own islands, but not in real life. In real life, it's only 5 or 6 different types of people. And you're going to see them everywhere that you go. And all my enemies all look the same in the eyes, whether it's Faison, Wanda, Aries, Spears, they all look like...
Man, what you got against Wanda Sykes? You think I don't remember that?
Sir, Wanda Sykes and Wanda Smith are 2 separate people.
I mean Wanda Smith.
And I had only said one name, sir.
Wanda Sykes.
I'm
is amazing. I love Wanda.
And I agree.
I love Wanda. That's my girl. But I remember on the radio, you went on the radio interview. If I'm not mistaken, that's in Atlanta.
Right.
And you came on there with seemingly good intentions. And she attacked you.
It wasn't just that part. It was the fact that before I go in there, she has a conversation about, okay, now, I just want to talk to you because you just won an Emmy for the city of Atlanta, and this is in Atlanta, and they just want to hear about the Emmy and hear from you and to thank you for what you did putting the city on. Right. And we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Right.
And immediately gets in there and goes the opposite way. You can't flip up on me because you're an inferior comedian. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm never going to call you out of your name. I'm never going to say anything disrespectful to people that look like you. It's a very thin line. I got a call, but this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely homosexual fan base. That's why she got canceled. Gay people don't take it kindly that you, as a derogatory, call me gay. Gay people don't feel like it's derogatory. So why are you trying to shame me with something in a community I don't even belong in? There's no gay people saying I belong over there or been over there. But I have no hatred of over there, and how dare you?
You did a number on it, though.
Hey.
You did a number on it. That's legendary.
No, you either believe in karma or you don't. Because I didn't even know any of the stuff that she had done to my fellow comedians until afterwards. I just know that it was a setup.
Right.
And remember, they tried to kill me this same weekend. Not in jokes. With a real gun in my real face on real camera. Understand I'm losing my life for participating in something that goes along with my job. Like, it's 2 comedians. What do you mean? And the world was okay with it because it was me. Had that happened to anyone else, the world went crazy when Will smacked Chris. This is a person pulling a whole gun on a comedian in the confines of their job. It's really a weird situation when they hate you that bad.
Yeah. You felt she hated you at that moment because you mentioned that she said it was going to be very professional. Oh, you won an Emmy, congratulations, you put the city on, you own for the city, yada, yada, yada. And now, did she mention anything about the Emmy on camera?
I believe you saw the video and you know that none of that took place. See, the issue is that all the comedians have to come through these radio stations because you have to sell your tickets, and so that means you have to go to the radio station.
Yes.
I don't go to the radio station. I don't make posts to sell tickets. I just don't. So you've not seen me. I'm not here in some subservient position where somebody sent me over.
You here out of the kindness of your heart. You are.
No, I'm saying in the interview situation.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
yes,
right.
for sure.
Yeah, and this person knew I wasn't there for that, or it's.
But how hard? Because you have to understand, she is a female, and so you have to be careful. You have to handle her with kid gloves.
Sir. You want to go ahead and take that out? You don't want to be against equality, do you?
No.
What you just said was very unequal, sir. I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say that women are not equal and should be treated unequally.
They want to be treated.
You mean as a comedian?
No. Listen, you understand and I understand.
Yeah.
In certain situations, they want to be treated equal. Not all situations.
And what part of what you saw her get?
Damn. Guys, I don't know if y'all, I don't know who's watching, but I think I just had a revelation.
It would have just been more vicious.
Damn, I just realized, like, I really am a good person.
I took all the vicious and minimal away because I didn't have any.
Plus, I understand. Like, I don't know. Like, literally, like, I realized that I am a good person. Like, literally, like, I don't know how to explain it, man. Like, literally, like, I really don't know how to explain it. Like, literally, like, I realized that I am just a good person, like, at heart. You know, because I want the betterment of, I don't know, man. I want the betterment of just life in general. And it sounds crazy, it sounds dumb. So, for example, like, I don't know, man, dogs, cats, whatever, like, you know, of course I won't be a vegetarian. Of course, you know, I eat chicken. You know, it's not that. It's more of, how can I say this? Okay, I eat that chicken for the betterment of my health. Does it make sense? You know, like, but in general, like, you know, I don't know, like, literally, like, I see a dog in the street, like, I'll go out of my way to avoid hitting the dog. You know, I see one of my classmates in the street, I will literally go out of my way, hey, man, you need a ride? Give him a ride. You will never hear about it. Like, in this world full of negativity, like, I realize that I am that rare person. Almost that main character type shit. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, enjoy the video.
Good. I'm not trying to offend black women with short hair. I'm not trying to offend heavyset women. I'm not trying to upset fellow comedians. I'm not trying to do any of that, and I am qualified to be able to do none of that and still eviscerate you because I'm smart enough to know that I need to say that you have gnarled fingers because I know your limited education means you don't know what the word means. So you can't possibly respond to it. You're not sure of the meaning. And I'm going to continue hitting you because this is what comedians do. Right. You've been masquerading that you're a comedian too, and that's the fallacy.
So
nobody in boxing fights out of their weight class. If you're a 130 pounder, you don't just show up with the 160 pounders. You stay in your weight class.
Is that what you wanted to do? No. That she was out of her league when it came to. Because
I didn't want to do any of it.
I know you didn't want to do it. But when she took it there, did you feel that you had to go there? Oh, you
go where?
You could have said, Wanda, I didn't come here for that. I just want to do the interview. I just want to talk about what happened.
My job is to be funny. My job is to be funny first. My first job is to be funny. My second job is to be respectful. My third job is to be immaculate and Gaza strip it. Huh? That's non-political. I'm I'm saying, if you do it, you let a terrorist accidentally touch over here, and I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. It'll literally be rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Why? Because that's why you should mind your business. This is what F around and find out is about.
Man.
Have you ever been booed, Cat?
Yes. Yeah. I have. Have you ever dropped a pass?
I have. I've been booed too.
You know the little segment between